Good morning again. Happy Friday. Yes, it's still snowing, and it's Lori from Simple Delights Bakery. I thought I'd hop on yet again and go live for a second time in this morning. Believe it or not, my coffee must be kicking in. So I still had warm coffee. I still had a mess going on here, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make some cinnamon roll dough because I have some orders for that, and I thought I'd go live and show you the process. So again, I got my mixer, I got my coffee. Coffee is usually always part of my process. So cinnamon roll dough is quite different than a bread dough. It's a pastry dough that I have, this recipe I've grown very fond of. It's just a great recipe. And so let's get started. So I have some warmed milk in my mug here that I'm going to put in. And I have some yeast and some salt that I'm also going to put in. And see if I can get all this out. Some sugar. It is a pastry dough, so this particular dough does get a little bit of sugar. Yeast loves sugar, by the way. It's like food for the yeast. The yeast will just really like the sugar that I'm adding. So I'm gonna just scrape this all out because I had it in a wet container. So the other things I have, if you're wondering what I'm doing, is I forgot to take out my eggs so they would be at room temperature. So I put them in a little bit of warm water. And so this takes yolks and whole eggs. So I'm putting in the yolks first. And then I am going to put in the whole egg. This egg doesn't want to crack this morning. And that mess. And then, of course, flour. So, just when you think you're done adding all your ingredients, there's quite a few ingredients in this particular recipe. Just when you're done adding all your ingredients, you have one more last one that I always add. And I have to stop and think where I'm at with the flour. I don't want to over measure. There you go. Okay, so I know that was a lot of flour, a lot of everything. So this is melted unsalted butter. And because it's still warm, I always add it last because I do not want to kill my yeast. Yeast does not do well with anything super hot added to it. It'll kill it. So I always add it last to my dough after the flour and have that mix in. This dough is going to be very different than my bread doughs. It'll have a different consistency, a different look to it. Yet another dough bucket. I've actually used all my dough buckets this morning because I got my sourdough. I did make my sourdough after I got off the phone, off my other live video this morning. So that's rising. That's for my pizza. And then I also made garlic bread dough since I left you last. And this is my cinnamon roll dough, which I'll show you in just a minute. This one I have to let knead a little bit longer than my bread doughs because you want it to be a nice, super smooth, elastic dough. It's also going to have a different color to it because of the egg yolks and the eggs that I added. So it'll have a yellow tinge to it. And It's just a really lovely dough. So check back on my past videos, probably about a month and a half ago. If you're interested in how I put my cinnamon rolls together, I did do a video on that, and you'll see that. I'm also on YouTube. If you want to follow my YouTube channel, just look me up by either Simple Delights Bakery or Lori Cheever, and you should be able to find my videos. I've got quite a few posted up there, many from years back of cooking and everything else, because I'm also a chef, but baking is my absolute passion. I love to bake and create things baking. This looks pretty well done. Yep. So this is a completely different consistency than the other dough that I made this morning, earlier, the sourdough and the bread dough. It's just a good morning to get things baking and get my kitchen warmed up. And I like to start my day like this. It's nice and therapeutic for me. And Gracie just sits in the other room and listens to all the noises. And yeah. So if you're wondering who Gracie is my newest rescue puppy. Maggie and Zoe unfortunately went to over the Rainbow Bridge last fall, and they sent me Gracie. So Gracie is a fabulous rescue dog. She is a Staffordshire Terrier, Boxer mix. She's sweet as all heck, and I just love her to death. So see the yellow tinge on this? This is just a lovely, lovely dough. I love, love, love this dough. Of course, you always hear me say I just love playing with dough because it's like playing with clay, and you can just mold it and make it into so many different things, and I love it. So that is going to go in my last dough bucket, and that is going to rise also for me to make my cinnamon rolls, which will go through 2 rises. Most everything I make goes through either 2 or 3 rises for my yeasted doughs, and that's just how I roll. But anyway, have a great Friday. I wanted to hop on since I already had everything out and show you cinnamon roll dough. So again, let me find my coffee. Cheers. I almost grabbed the melted butter mug. That wouldn't have been good. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend if I don't see you. Hopefully the snow will stop soon, but I'm not worried about it because it'll melt anyway. So cheers. Love y'all. Please share again, and if you're interested in ordering, just get a hold of me. You know where to find me. And again, Lori from Simple Delights Bakery. Have a great day.